End of day one here at the Rally del Paraguay. We're on the banks of the Paraná River. What you can see in the background is Argentina, and what we have over there is the WRC service park for Rally del Paraguay. It has been one of those days out there today. We've seen plenty of action. We've seen a Rally 1 car retiring. We've seen some of the biggest jumps that we have witnessed in a very, very long time. Punctures for our leaders, lots of drama. That is for sure on the opening day of Rally Paraguay. But David, we're going to kick off with a man who was quite anonymous, but went about his job with a ruthless efficiency today. Kalle Rovanperä.
For the event, we were sort of talking about him, we sort of weren't. Could he carry that speed from Finland over? Fast roads here, but different roads here. He has just got in the car and driven it. Not been completely comfortable. I would say not been as uncomfortable as Finland, not been nearly as uncomfortable as he was in Estonia. He's got in it and he's done it. And, you know, and done it on speed, not on merit. Nobody's had, okay, Ogier's had a puncture. There's been a few issues around, but he's absolutely there on merit. And yeah, it's a really solid job. And he's adapted clearly, made really good set of pace notes, which was absolutely crucial for today. Evolved the car through the afternoon, improved the car through the afternoon. So yeah, tremendous job.
Good day. He just really didn't seem to have any issues. Yeah, as you said, made a few adjustments, but no issues for Rovanperä. Exactly the kind of day he would have wanted after that tremendous drive in Finland.
Yeah, we tried to be clean. Definitely has been tricky day of rallying. The states are not easy, and on the afternoon also grip level is quite low, but then the tire wear is really high, and big wear on the tires, making it obviously really difficult loop. But yeah, no mistakes and clean day. Everybody had some trouble, so we just stayed out of trouble, tried to be fast, and tomorrow is a new day.
Second at the end of the day, and only just over 7 seconds behind is Adrien Fourmaux. Now, if we stopped here, we wouldn't be telling you half the story, because Fourmaux led for most of the day. It was a tremendous effort from Fourmaux. He picked up a puncture with a few Ks to go in stage 7, David, but he managed that situation well. Fourmaux was impressive, without any question, the most impressive of our Hyundai drivers today.
The most impressive. We did it on Club DirtFish, which you should be subscribing to on Patreon. We do a little section called Parc Fermé, which is the end of the day wrap. And in that wrap, we both have to debate our favourite driver and who's driven the best today. And I thought you were going to switch. I thought in Parc Fermé you were going to have Sébastien Ogier, and here you were going to have Adrien Fourmaux. But actually, you've been a man of principle. I, however, am going to change. Ignore Club DirtFish fans, and there's lots of you, thank you very much. Ignore what I said in Parc Fermé. I'm going with Fourmaux as a driver of the day. I've had more time to cogitate and to think about it. That's tremendous, what he's done. He's done a brilliant, brilliant job. And as well, the mental attitude at the end of the day, yes, he dropped all that time and he was actually really fortunate. The thing was absolutely on the rim. All of the rubber had left the chat completely, and he'd only dropped 13 seconds. To actually take that as a positive was really important. Adrian's worked really hard on his mental approach to all aspects of the sport. And we're really, it's bearing fruit right now. And tonight, Adrien, go to bed, think about that. You are second, you are in the fight.
It's a brand new event for everybody. We were on the pace, we were leading the rally until the puncture. So actually, I'm pleased that also, even with the puncture, we managed it well, that we are still second. And it's important for the road position tomorrow, for the end of the rally, etc. So still things will happen tomorrow. We will have to stay aware of this. And but globally, yeah, for sure, it's a shame because once again we are doing well, and we have some small issue that we are not leading tonight. But it's okay.
Adrien's teammate Ott Tänak just a few tenths of a second behind Adrien Fourmaux. There's 8 seconds separating our top 3. Tänak himself struggled this morning, David. As we've seen, the car was a bit twitchy, a little bit difficult. It was doing things snappy was the word, doing things it shouldn't have been doing. But Tänak, as we know he always does, just dealt with it, kept the car on the road, didn't make the kind of catastrophic mistake he made in Finland, and he set himself up nicely. He's in a good position.
He's in a great position. He's absolutely there. He's at the races. He just needs to figure out how to change today's setup and make it work tomorrow, because you are going to need something different from the car tomorrow.
It's like a different rally, isn't it? So
it's not. I wouldn't say it's a completely different rally, but there's definitely not the same.
Surface is very different, and the characteristics are quite different. But Tänak has had a good day. moving on to our driver in 4th place, David. This is my driver of the day, Sébastien Ogier. Ogier in stage 2 lost 35 seconds with a puncture. He ends the day around about 17 seconds off the lead. David, he could have had a lead of 17 seconds without that puncture. How can you not give Ogier driver of the day? He was magnificent out there.
Sorry, Adrien, I'm changing my mind. I'm going back to Sébastien. It's true. You know, he was brilliant. And we said, again, you know, he was that wounded lion, wasn't he? The wounded animal who fought back. And the immediate response in stage 3 to go quickest. And you could
without
just see,
the spare tyre.
Without a spare tyre, understanding the risk. And for me, that could be a pivotal point in the championship.
Yes.
That he could have throttled back. And then, you then get into that rut of, oh, I didn't make any time back. And then suddenly it's not just a 35 second, it's a 42 or a 44 or a 40. Then it's creeping towards a minute, and then you've lost it. He re-engaged in that fight, Top Gun style, and he was right there.
He was
and
right
he had
there.
to, and potentially that's what's going to put him on the podium. Maybe even having win this rally, and then you then go to Chile. He's narrowed the gap to championship leader or whatever. So the championship has turned on smaller things than that.
Obviously, Rovanperä is in a strong position with the championship. He leads this rally, that's for sure. But Ogier is doing all he can after that setback on stage 2. And I agree with you. You know, it was a defining moment. He used all of his knowledge and his experience to say, well, look, it's not the last throw of the dice, but, if I don't throw the dice now, I might not get the opportunity to throw it again.
Exactly.
So I'm going to throw it now or roll it now. And that's exactly what he did. 5th place at the end of the day, it is Elfyn Evans. Evans again leading the championship. Don't forget, what does that mean? It means he was first on the road today. Strong day from Evans. He is not out of it. 21 seconds, I think, he is off the lead. He is by no means out of the fight. I'm not so sure he'll be looking at the win here, but he certainly will be looking at the podium.
There's no reason why he shouldn't be looking at the win. There's still a long, long way to go in this event. Difficult one. There wasn't as much cleaning. We knew that today, but as we've said a couple of times today, the fact is that he was first on the road. Everybody from probably Kalle might just get a minute or two of watching him, but from there back, Sébastien Ogier back, they're all getting a good 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes of watching Elfyn Evans' onboards to see. And in that first stage this morning, that
really
was crucial
important
to understand, watching, looking at their own notes and saying, right, okay, we've got here, crest maybe, it's a jump. It gives you that insight.
A couple of our other drivers that are worth talking about. It's been a strange old day for Thierry Neuville again. He's had issues, he's lost time from various small incidents, but time that adds up to the difference between him and the lead, more or less.
Seconds.
And the lead, more or less. And you think, was he comfortable out there? Far from it. That's why he had those issues.
But we talked about the 9 seconds he lost in 7 with the overshoot. And I said, is that a difference? And he said, well, no, because there's this and there's this and there's this. And like you said, he then added up, and the time added up to 25 seconds. And they were all just small things. As you said, he could have been leading. I think he's definitely got the speed, he's got the pace. It's just symptomatic in many ways of Thierry's year. That you drop your slice of toast in the morning and it lands butter side down or not. And at the moment, every time he drops a slice of toast, it's landing butter side down.
And last year, every time he dropped it, butter side up. Butter side up last year.
Exactly.
7th place. Now, maybe a driver that I might have considered for my driver of the day, Josh McErlean. His performance out there today was as good as we've seen all year. Yes, he dropped a little bit of time in places, but just look at the seconds per kilometre difference. And at times, his pace was as good as the top guys. It really was. And throughout most of the day, it was a third of a second off. That is proper progress, David.
And it's really encouraging because it's a level playing field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody has zero knowledge here. So, I can't argue with any of that. Great day from Josh. Tricky day. Got a feel for his teammate, for Grégoire.
Grégoire Munster had a nightmare of a day. The only mitigation for Grégoire Munster. Munster had an off on, I think, the 4th corner this morning. Worked really hard, really intelligently.
He hit a rock, didn't he?
He hit a rock, thank you. You're absolutely right. He didn't so much as have an off.
Keeping an eye on feet, Greg.
He obviously then spent a bit of time at the side of the road, worked hard, worked intelligently, kept himself in the rally. This afternoon, he was effectively going through that opening stage for the first time,
Yeah.
and my goodness me, he had some enormous impacts. It was hard on the body, it was even harder on the car. There were bits of aero, there was the rear wing, the front spoiler going everywhere.
I think the rear wing is somewhere still flying over there, isn't it?
It absolutely went stratospheric, it really did. But the only mitigating factor for Grégoire Munster is that Takamoto Katsuta will be first on the road tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Munster has been first on the road in Estonia, in Finland on Saturday and Sunday, and has learned nothing. But let's talk about Takamoto. We were there with him at the side of the road. You can see that video. Where can you see it, Davey?
Up there.
You might want to use your left hand. It's
There?
easier.
Sorry,
Up there. Takamoto Katsuta, oh, dearie me, I hate to say it, but it absolutely is the way that his career has gone. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs,
We
lows.
said it before, didn't we? As of yet, he hasn't finished on the podium on successive rallies. He's done fourth, third, and a few other things. But no, it's just we walked through the field with Aaron Johnson and Taka to go and collect the wheel that they'd removed forcibly from the Toyota.
The wheel and the upright.
And the upright, and we were saying, he just can't catch a break, and it was just, it was, as we said, Cole, it's every component on that car has a weak point, and it looks as though he's just hit it, and he's hit it obviously with some force, but he's found the weak spot.
And he'll be back tomorrow. He will be opening the road tomorrow, which will be punishing from what we've seen and what we've heard. Tough day for our first 2 or 3 cars, maybe 4 cars on the road, I think, tomorrow. So there we go, that is our Rally 1 cars. What about Rally 2? Well, we've got our championship leaders here, haven't we? We've got all of them, all 4 of them. Solberg had a very early issue, picked up a puncture, lost over a minute. Gus Greensmith, suspension damage, and, well, he retired for the day. Gryazan is still there, but the man who is leading the way is Johan Rossell, looking really strong. I love the look of Johan Rossell. I've always liked him as a driver.
But the locals are there as well, aren't they?
The locals are still very much there,
And Faux Zaldivar, sorry. They're all, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, Cole. But you've got the one guy that really surprised me is Oliver. Dropped over a minute and was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll work away at making that back, and fastest on 6 out of 8 stages today, but
by fractions of seconds.
I know, this is it.
Not enough.
Really, really fast rally.
Yeah,
As we said all summer, it's hard to make up that time on these kind of quick stages.
And you know what? In some ways, that absolutely validates my choice of driver of the day for Sébastien Ogier, because goodness me, when he came back, he did make up chunks of time. So, folks, don't forget that you're watching the end of day review on YouTube. You will always be able to watch the end of day reviews on YouTube. But we know that deep down you are the most passionate motorsport fans in the world. And what do you want? You want more. You want more in-depth analysis. You want more insights. You want more videos from within the service part. More exciting.
The opportunity to debate with us.
That is maybe the most important part. You can ask the drivers questions through us if you sign up to Club DirtFish on Patreon. Where's the link, David?
It's there.
Take a look, guys. We would love to see you coming along and joining us at the Club DirtFish. George, will we have a Club DirtFish end of year do? Why not?
Certainly.
I think we should.
I think we absolutely
There's
will.
another one to add to the list.
There's another one to add to the
list
list.
of benefits if you join Club
As
DirtFish.
the sun goes down over
The river.
Is that Argentina?
The river, what?
The river Prana, whatever.
Prana.
But is that Argentina?
I think it is. I think that's
Is it?
Oh,
maybe not.
Well, yeah, maybe
It's
not.
not
What I
somewhere.
know is that's the service park.
Yeah.
That is where it's all happening this evening. That is where our cars are being re-prepped for a difficult and different sort of day tomorrow. We'll be up nice and early to bring you all the news from day 2 of Rally to Paraguay. Thank you for joining us today, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.